So today, I think we are reaching another milestone of having something meant for the students. Higher Health, can you say hi to us? Hello. Look at those wonderful and gorgeous ladies there. But those ladies are not gorgeous than our students. Malmesbury Campus, hello. Hi, Bohau. Why are you so dull, guys? Malmesbury Campus, hello. Now I can feel you. Whilst you are waiting for the minister, can we open windows as much as we can? Isikhalo somntwana sihoye ukhalelani ukhalelani. Guys, we are here today because we heard your cry. There was a cry from the students. Yes, health or primary health services are not coming to us. We have to travel to clinics. We have to travel to hospitals. But now we are bringing and we are answering that cry. And today, that is the day. So we are hearing your cry. Right now, can we all stand up? The minister is in the house. Can we all stand up? The minister is in the house. Shh. Can we all stand up? The minister is in the house. The MEC is in the house. Can we settle up there? The MEC is in the house. Good afternoon, ma'am. Thank you so much. We may be seated. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. We are starting our program right now. As I have promised that the MEC is coming, she is here, and she is a gorgeous, wonderful lady. So give her a round of applause. Before we can go further with our program, someone is owning this house. This is not our house. Then, therefore, we are going to call upon our father, the principal of West Coast College, Mr. Mbulawa, to welcome all of us. Over to you, sir. Give him a round of applause.
Afternoon. You look beautiful, all of you. Happy Valentine. But you are also so serious. Can we be happy? Do you know that song that says, must be happy, let's be happy? Program Director, Minister of Health in the Western Cape Province, Dr. Noma French Mbombo. Ma'am, we are delighted to have you here. We've seen you crisscrossing this province, and then making sure all of us who are vaccinated, we notice your hard work. Higher Health CEO, Prof. Doc Ramnag Alwali, welcome you, sir. Simbiza oba ngudokotela we-PSET sector, ugqirha we-sector. We've also noticed your hard work. Deputy Mayor of Swartland Municipality, welcome, ma'am. Thank you very much for gracing this event. College Council members in absentia, college management, SRC President, Ms. Kulumango Kotoi, and then the entire student leadership, West Coast College staff and student, campus manager of this campus, Mr. Nguzo. I'm not sure where he is. You're welcome, sir. Members of the media, welcome all the people who are joining this milestone event eventually. In case I forgot anyone, all protocol observed. Molweni. I wanted to say Goeiemorgen, but my Afrikaans is not good. But you are welcome. We would like to take this opportunity to welcome all of you. We have made it one of our key goals to provide our students with healthy facility at arm's reach. This is our significant contribution to the primary health care. We want to make sure then that our students can get to health facility. The mobile clinic will help bridge the gap between health care and then accessibility. This will employ cutting-edge technology and then patient-centered approach. Mobile clinic can deliver much-needed health care to our students coming from very poor background. Our mobile clinic is going to provide a broad range of healthcare services, including but not limited to immediate health attention, basic medical treatment, screening for preventative health, management of chronic illnesses, services for mental health. Mobile clinic can serve as our student first line of defense against diseases. Student health is vital to teaching and learning, and then we are determined to put health at the center of our student well-being. In conclusion, I can see, Minister, I'm not sure whether it was you who brought this hotness in our area. In the past, the temperatures were manageable. I'm not sure, so please, Minister, when we leave, we need the right temperature for tomorrow. In conclusion, I want to leave you with the quotation from our former President, Nelson Mandela. Giving children a health start in life, no matter where they are born or circumstances of their birth, is the moral obligation of every one of us. I think when we had a briefing with the minister, she alluded to this one, says she's all over. So you must not be limited, Minister. So with those few words, welcome, let's enjoy the function. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mbulawa. Guys, we are going to give Mr. Mbulawa another round of applause, but in another style. As someone coming from student support, we are having something different from the usual people. We are doing like this. When I'm saying give him a portion, you will just say. Then another portion. Can we give Mr. Mbulawa a double portion? Another one? Thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Mbulawa, for welcoming us now. We know that we are free to do whatever that we can do. Remember, guys, this day is only for you. Now we will be calling upon our first Tulumango Kotoi from LGBTQ+ as our SRC president. Over to you.
afternoon. I'll just love the support from the students when I say, nobody wanna see us together. Nobody wanna see us together. Body, body, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. Ayaba, yaba, 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 yaba. Ayaba, yaba, 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 yaba. Ayaba, yaba, 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 yaba. Ayaba, ya. Sizofunda mahala. Thank you. Thank you guys, thank you. It's very hot. Respectable day to you, MEC, our college principal, and all protocols observed. Yours truly, Kuluma Ngqotoi, is doing hospitality N6. I am proud to say I am the first trans woman president at West Coast College. I would love to take this opportunity to welcome the MEC to our beautiful, amazing, successful college. I'm so excited and looking forward to this event we're currently attending. The mobile clinic was our initiative as the SRC, and I want to say I'm super proud that we came this far and we are able to see the fruits of our labor. Our students' health and safety is incredibly important. My fellow students will now have the opportunity to vaccinate at campus and wouldn't miss academic time, but still stay healthy and be able to check their health status, do family planning at campus, and therefore, I encourage that they make use of the mobile clinic because this was done for us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your visit at West Coast College Institute of Excellence. I know you will enjoy your official visit and will have a successful event and a wonderful day. I also want to thank the Higher Health team, our college council, and our college principal, the Triple S team, together with the SRC. I would love to close with a quote that says, leadership is action, not position. So without my team's support, there's no way forward. As I say to my team, I am the body without the hands and the legs. They are my hands and they are my legs. Together, siya phambili. Thank you.
The president has spoken. Our president has spoken. Give him another round of applause. A double one. Thank you so much. Now we are going further with our program. But before I can do that, let me just quickly acknowledge the presence of our stakeholders that are in the house. Without them, West Coast College is nothing. So inside the house, we are having Mrs. F.L. Wisani from Correctional Service, Malin van Oort from Correctional Service as well, Mrs. Hoko, Correctional Services. A point of correction, Malin van Oort is coming from West District. Then we have from Higher Health, we have Muriel Stevens, Senonku, Tarian Cecilo. Maybe we will also need to have our SES. Yeah. Then we will have from TB HIV care, We have Charlene Fortain, Rowlyn Train Neo, sorry for the spelling, for the pronunciation, Gladys Mlungwana. Then from the deputy mayor in municipality, we also have someone there. I can't read this name, but it's Annette de Beer, Mrs. Annette de Beer, sorry for that. Thank you so much. Now we will be calling upon the person, the father, the role model, the master behind all our higher health activities. I will only stop there, but he is the master behind everything happening in higher health, and that is none other than our doctor from far, Dr. Ramik Aluwalia in the house. Apologies for the pronunciation. Thank you, Doctor.
Don't worry, even my wife struggles with my surname, so you're not far away. Thank you very much, Program Director. This is an absolute honor. I should recognize the Minister, the MEC of Health, and Ms. Norma French, Dr. Norma French. MEC, I just want to inform everyone that Western Cape is very lucky to have you. I mean, very, very honest. I see it from the country perspective. I travel all provinces, all the country. You are you're exactly the mother that is required in a province for looking after the health and wellness. And as you always say, it's for everyone. But I'm we're very fortunate to have you. And I'm not just saying because I need to say this, but I must tell you that I travel with the MEC in different districts, in different of our TVET colleges and community colleges. In the future, we'll be going universities. But her passion, her energy, her vision is inclined to what we should be doing as a nation. So Minister, the Western Cape is very lucky to have you, and very fortunate that you are around us, and I'm with you around this one. So thank you, Minister. College Principal, thank you. I have to acknowledge you. This is not possible without you, and your leadership is inspiring. And I was telling you how beautifully Westcall looks, thanks to your leadership and to everyone around. SRC President, you have led this predominantly. I think I will share some data from higher health. We did a study across all our institutions of higher learning on LGBTQI+. Yeah. First in Africa for 9,000 young lives that came up and spoke about this issue all across. There's never been a study as big as 9,000 sampled. And I just want to inform you that 5 to 7% of South African economy in the post-school education is LGBTQI+. 7%. And if I tell you that only 30% of them are graduating, 70% drop out, not because you're not intelligent, you're super intelligent, but because of human rights violations, because of HIV, because of drugs and alcohol, because of stigma that we enforce as a population on our peers just because we are not educated enough. I think we are senseless as humans. And I can tell you right now, as anyone who understands the business and health and wellness industry, we are leaving 70% of this intelligent brain in South Africa because of our own deeds. And I think you as a champion coming out is very, very important for us. In fact, I'm going to request the principal that I'm going to borrow her nationally. She's not, I have not met yet a transgender woman or a man at this moment in the country who's leading as an SRC president. This is an example to the rest of the country. As you always say, Western Cape leads, and where are we going to lead from you, you know? And we are led under you. And I'm very proud that you are our peer educator also. You wearing this T-shirt means a lot to us and to Higher Health. So thank you. And I gave you the data so that you know where the problem is and how we have to solve this problem. I want to start by asking each of you to ask a person next to you, are they vaccinated? I know you might not like me or what I'm going to say, but I'm going to, if you ask this person on the next one, for any reason they say they are not vaccinated, then you tell them, that person on the side, that they are 11 times more chance to die than you who's vaccinated. 11 more times. And again, if you ask the same person who's not vaccinated, tell that person that 29 times they have a higher risk to be in the hospital or in ICU. And it is not right to be in ICU or a hospital. I can tell you as a medical doctor myself, we've got the minister who will explain to you what it means to be in the ICU, how it kills your body from inside. Even if you come out alive, you're not alive that much. You understand? But why do you want to go there when you have a weapon that will not let you to go there? You must remember this is a new virus to human mankind. It was never there, which means we as humans never have an immunity. We don't have the fighting cells to fight this virus. So we need that virus. We need that immunity to fight this virus. So what will happen is the virus does not know whether you are vaccinated or not vaccinated. It will enter because the virus is wanting to survive. The virus is also trying to live by living in your human body because that is how it enjoys the human body. It goes inside the body. It likes to eat from your body, multiply. Remember, as humans, we produce in 9 months a child. This can produce in 9 seconds thousands of its offsprings in our human body. We call it as a viral load, which means the virus is increasing in our human body. And when the virus increases in our human body, our body starts trying to fight it. But our body is not prepared to fight it. So what happens? The virus takes over our body. It goes into our lungs. It starts destroying our lungs. Our heart pushes us into what we need, oxygen. We need other support mechanism. But what vaccination do for you is, it will generate you that immune. So when the virus enters and it starts binding to a human cell and starts eating and starts multiplying, the defense system is already ready because it will recognize the enemy and they will immediately overcome the viral load. They try to overcome the viral load. So that is why vaccination is sensitive and critical. And it's the only way we can survive as an economy against a disease which is not visible, against an enemy we can't see, and against an enemy that he has never had a protection against. So my appeal to you and my request to you humbly is, for those who are not vaccinated, this data won't lie to you. Science won't lie to you. And if you have not jabbed, take your jab. Because that's the way you can produce an immunity. And please, to your parents, your family members, when you go back, be the peer and explain them exactly how I explained you. And try to make sure that they take the jab. Minister, we are a very unfortunate country, MEC. We are unfortunate because the reality is we've inherited a difficult past. Most of you come single parents. Most of you come seeing abuse in your lifetime. So which means this country has also inherited a very difficult challenge called youth pandemics. Diseases that kill our youth. It is not fair for a young person to die before an old person. It is not fair. This life is not created like this. And in South Africa, it's now reversing. Young people are dying before old people at times because of diseases that kill our young people. If I tell you 8 million South Africans live with HIV, and a disease that starts at young age the most, affects the young women the most, young men the most, how would we expect you to pass your exams or compete in a very difficult world outside? You're the most privileged South Africans who have made it into a TVET college. You're not ordinary people, you are special people. Because you have the power to change yourself and your family, because you can earn after this. And when you earn, you can change your living around you, because you will make sure that your next generation will also get educated and learn. But for that to happen, you have to live. And you have to live healthy. You can't live if HIV is around you, which means prevention of HIV is equally important. The reality is 10% of total rape in South Africa comes from higher education. How would you expect a young woman to pass an exam if the abuser is right in the classroom or in the home? So principal, this is very important matters, because at the end, your alumni is in the room, and this alumni will not be productive if they die early. Mental health, 62% of our student community are suffering from moderate to severe mental health challenges, specifically during the COVID pandemic, and it was 35% prior, as per to our longitudinal studies done through HSRC and Higher Health, which clearly shows how will you study and graduate if we do not look into the mental health and remove the stigma out of mental health. If I tell you 62% of higher education students are abusing drugs and alcohol, which is the biggest problem in Western Cape, if I ask you, if I have to single out a big challenge besides mental health and GBV. And 65% of rape is preceded, or sexual violence is preceded by drugs and alcohol. And if you can buy Daha 10 rands outside a college so easily, we are killing our society there and then. But this needs education. This needs a peer-to-peer movement. This needs a fight. It needs a battle, which Higher Health and its peers. So people who are wearing our Higher Health t-shirts, I fold my hands to say thank you to you, because every day you protect this society through your peer-to-peer influence. Lastly, I want to inform you that if 33% of our young women become pregnant on campus, and they do not have the money for abortion, or by the time they realize they cannot be aborted, and don't go to illegal abortions, please. The biggest cause of maternal death in South Africa, young women dying, just because they are pregnant, is not fair. First of all, this is your age to study, and this is not the age to become pregnant, because only 10% of those girls join back to higher education, because once you are producing a child, you have to look after a child. It's difficult. You're a mother now. You're no longer a student anymore. It's tough for a mother to balance to be a student. So this is difficult challenges that our country faces. And I can go on and on and on and on. So Higher Health runs a second curriculum. These first things first is nothing but a first priority of every young South African to look after their health, their well-being, and psychosocial development. And you have to promise me, that's first things first. And you not only have to promise me for yourself, but for your children when they will be born, but also your siblings at home. And make sure that they are. And they should reach these mobile clinics when they come to you. They must also come along with it, not just you. So the aim is, Minister, is that we bring health to our community rather than the community to your health. And I know, Minister, you are very passionate about this. And I'd rather let you engage through what it is. But our vision is to bring these services to you. But these services will be meaningless if you do not educate about all these problems. Because when you educate, you will do your risk screening. If you look at on your table, there will be a risk screening profile, because there will be a screening on HIV, on TB, on contraceptives. And if you find yourself on risk on gender-based violence, a psychologist is sitting outside. Seek help there and then. Don't leave it before it becomes too late. With that note, I fold my hands and look after yourself. God bless you. You're wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, you can do better than that. Can we give him a round of applause? In your minds, you need to remember that the person that was speaking here is the man behind everything related to the health of our students. That is why he meant to come, I don't know when, but he made sure that today he is here because he cares about our health. He mentioned so many social challenges that we are coming across, and we are really familiar with those challenges. That is why student support needs to make sure that you get services that is needed by you each and every time. They must not say, we are at lunchtime, we are doing this. They must just support and give you their time. Give him another round of applause. We are moving further with our program. In the house, we are also having Absa Bank, one of our most important stakeholder. We are even banking with Absa. They are supporting us with everything. Correctional services, yeah? We are not saying our students must be sent to correctional services for another reason, but they need to be there for something positive. Placement, not, you know what I'm speaking about. Now I will be calling upon a special lady. And when I'm listening to this lady, each and every time I'm attending events, she is not different from us. She is not different from us. She started from this level as if she is singing another song that I'm not going to sing, Mrs. Amza. God took me from here and push and put me here and push and put me here. Undithathe la, wandisusa la, wandibeka la, goku ndibeke la. She is the woman of the moment. She is coming from the same background that we always threaten people about. You need to give me this and that because I'm coming from a poor background. But she made sure that she is not using the poor background as an excuse not to further her studies. She is here today because she wanted to be here. She did not use hunger or poverty so as a scapegoat. So when she comes, you must also say, I want to be here. Even if I'm poor, I must not say poor. I will stay poor forever. We are also coming from different backgrounds. I'm referring to someone who was born on the 6th of September in that year. She is an South African woman, an academic, a politician, who has been in the Western Cape Provincial Minister of Health since 2015, and a member of the Western Cape Provincial Parliament since 2014. She previously served as the Western Cape Provincial Minister of Cultural Affairs and Sport from 2014 to 2015. She was a federal leader of the Democratic Alliance Women's Network. So she is rich. Network. Alliance Women's Network. From 2018 to 2021. I will be calling on the stage my only one, the short lady, the cute lady, the hard worker. What I also love about her is that she is so passionate about health, especially if you are talking about the TVET students, that is us. I will give over to Dr. Norma French Mbombo. A round of applause. You are so, give her a round of applause. A double portion. Thank you so much, ma'am. Yes. We are preaching here.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Program Director, Sis Ndosh, Mamunduna, to the Principal, Utatumbulawa, and also with your team of the Deputy Principals and all others. To Professor Uramnik Alwalia, who's the CEO for the Higher Health under the National Department of Higher Education, Science and Technology. And also to everyone who's here, I want to acknowledge the Deputy Mayor of the Swartland Municipality. Thank you. Okay, if I stand here, will this be seen? I don't like this. Okay. Misha, can you just move a little bit sideways? I'm vertically challenged, so I normally get hidden. Okay, thanks. Now I feel home, yeah, okay. Auntie, Councillor, De Beer, thank you very much for being here. And also I want to acknowledge the Correctional Services. Thank you for being here. As we always talk about the whole of society approach, it takes a village to raise a child, but you mustn't dump the child when the child becomes a young one. So we will need each other throughout. I'm not alone here. I'm also coming with the Western Cape Government, Department of Health, from the sub-district. We are using the municipality boundaries to define our borders. So you are under the West Coast District. We have got a district health under the West Coast. Under each of these municipalities, we have got the sub-district. So now we are in Swartland sub-district, which is managed together with Berg-Rivier, another municipality, but a sub-district, under Dr. Hawkridge, who's here, and is also representing the district health director, Ms. Bester, who's not here, who's at the meeting. We're just coming now from the District Health Council meeting, which is chaired by the district mayor. That's why you can see the deputy mayor of Swartland who's also here, who's representing the Swartland at the District Health Council, where each and every councillor from each municipality is nominated to represent their municipality at the District Health Council for health matters. I want to acknowledge everyone. It will take me long, but I want to acknowledge everyone who's here. It's 34 degrees, and you are dying to get out of here. So we want to thank you for still being here. I won't be long, so thanks for being here. But the question is, Principal was saying that he has been seeing me all over the province. The reason I'm here is because constitutionally, ethically, and everything else, I am responsible for the health of the persons and the population in this province. Whether you can afford the health services via your medical aid, or you can go to private health, whether you cannot. And when you say the province, it means the province. The upper boundary is in Matsikam. I think the furthest is Clapperand, if you talk about the northwestish. And then the other side, I think the Niveras Ritsport. That is the boundaries. And if you go to when you are going to the N7, which is that one is nearer even to the Northern Cape. The other boundaries is a Beaufort West. The last town is Maritzburg. And next to Maritzburg is Graafrenet. Most of the staff in Maritzburg in Beaufort West, they actually reside in Graafrenet. And then that is the N1. The N2, or the other boundaries, is the Northern Cape again. The N2 is the Bito, which is the Platte area. I think the last towns there in the Bito is what we call the Crags. It goes next door to the Tsitsikama area. And then the other sides are just the ocean. So that's why every human being in the Western Cape, in terms of the health, is my responsibility. We leave no one behind. If a ballot paper could reach every one of you, wherever you are, the health services should do the same. So, I'm from Tanzania, so I take this. How do we call yourself? Kulu? Kuska. I'm from born and bred in East London, in Tanzania. So people from the Eastern Cape, they're being known for always adding, have pet names for people. So you'll be Kulumang, but I'll never say Kulumang. I'll say Kuku, Kuska, and Dosh. We don't call the name. We want to feel that kind of a thing. Thank you for as Prof has indicated, I've done many of the TVET colleges and other universities. Actually, a few days ago, I was at UWC. Thursday, I was UWC. Of course, I was a lecturer at UWC. But my point that I'm trying to highlight is that disclosing is very challenging, because in most instances, it's not about only your safety, and also when you go to the canteens and the people are looking at you and all of those transgender people and LGBTQIA, but it's also about back home. They will say, how can you embarrass us? How is going to, my church people feel when you embarrass me like that? Do you know that I'm the chairperson of Women's Mañano, and now you are embarrassing me? Girl, whatever you have done, we want to appreciate what you have done. But also for the others who haven't disclosed, remember, other people, they can choose, or the circumstances or whatever, they can feel like today I'm non-gender, I'm just being me. So it's okay. You can wake up and say, I'm bisexual. You can wake up and say, I am asexual. It's you. What matters? You are a human being. And it's not about you are renting a space in this world. And when you demand your rights as per Constitution, it's not about a favor. It's about you are a human being. That's what Christians say, that we are all made like the image of God. And God has never said the other one has 2 ears, the other one has no ear, the other one must be like that, must be an X and Y. It's all about being human. This LGBTQIA+, we are all the same. This space belongs to everyone. Tattoo Principal, I just observed that most people here are women. Understandable, when you indicated, when you were giving us actually orientation in terms of the campuses, the other ones for engineering, all of those. You mentioned that this one is priding itself of being more hospitality, which is not a surprise that hospitality industry, just like with a health space, we'll find that even with the teaching, but a health space mostly, the majority will find that are females. But unfortunately, when things go up the ladder, you see many chefs that are females, and the women are the ones who are becoming cleaners in most of these hospitality and industries. They are the ones who end up being the ones who are making our beds. And then they'll say, I did a course, but you'll find that they don't go further up. So I just hope that you go further up in regard to your chosen. Because it doesn't stop you to be owning your own businesses. Correctional services, your catering, they are here. These are your service providers. These are your service providers. They are part of it. It takes me now, Prof, because you mentioned that my background now and Dosh, uvela wankhumbuza uba wandithathala wandibekala Jesu nobube ushushu asifuna uco. But when I mentioned that where I'm coming from, Noma French Mbombo, born Noma French Mkwelo, married with 2 kids, started at Mdanzane. When I passed matric, which was common during our times, most of you may be aware that you find it difficult to go to higher education, which is actually, is even common even now. I was an A student, but at the time I wanted to do medicine, but I didn't have means. And it was common during that time that when they are done with you, as oldish siblings, you need to create platform for the youngish siblings to be the ones who has to be prioritized. So as usual, I was told, go and get some work. You cannot keep on crying here, cry baby, because I was crying throughout for not being able to go to a university. Then I went to get job, which is my first job, was being a domestic worker. So I worked there, being fired as many times. Their excuse was that I wasn't much domesticated, I cannot clean much, which is a lie. Just because I don't want to clean doesn't mean I cannot. It's not my strength. But what is profound is about the last one, my employer, when I got fired. Some of you, who has been a domestic worker up? Where, Nana? You are the only one. Oh, you are all TikTok. I'm a bundles. So you won't know. It's your first being out of home. Okay. So some of us who have been, Dosh, zangu pangele, opangala. Rescue. I can ngaba bantu abaphucukile. Uphucukile well. So when now, what normally happens generally, the employers will go, and then you are left behind where you'll be cleaning, and then you'll know that around about 2 or 3 o'clock, especially when they've got kids, when they come back, and then the house will be speaking clean. But immediately they leave, you don't do the cleaning, you do other things, your own things. So as usual, it was on a Monday. I know that I took a lot of Sunday newspapers. I was reading Sunday newspapers. I knew that they were going to come back around about lunchtime. And of course, because you always dream big, I went to Madam's wardrobe. I took the best of the dress. I put it on. And then I took the best of the high heels, stilettos, and then I put it on. And then I sat on the couch and then was paging newspapers. And then I took the best cup, China cup kind of, and then I was drinking, like pretending as if it's your house. Of course, when you are coming from informal settlements, where you have got no access to these kind of things, you just fake it until you make it. And then you just even change your English, and you're all by yourself. There were no even cell phones then. But unfortunately, I don't know what she forgot. She came early whilst I was in Madam. And her eyes were popping out like this. And then her first words was about, pack and go. You don't belong here. You don't belong here. Remember, it was not my first time that I get fired. And I used to be cry when I get fired, and then I go again to the other apartments in Quickney, for those who are coming from Eastern Cape, a quick queen, there by the beach. There are many apartments then. I prefer apartments than the houses, because houses were big. So apartments, it was about then you are done. So for the first time, those kind of words, I never felt sad when she said, I don't belong here. That's when I said, damn, you are right. I don't belong here in her house. I took off my pink apron, and then it was like so much like I was so relieved. I was so liberated when I was fired. But it took me, the freedom that I had, it was about, actually for the whole month, I ended up roaming the street like a street kid because I already had the full the train ticket. So I didn't want to tell my parents that I'd been fired. So like just window shopping or Edgar's, and then you look at the clothes and you say, one day I'll have that dress. And then you have got your backpack. And then you go, when you are hungry, you go to buy Stumo Becca, and then it's going to make you full for the whole day. Until I met one of the nurses that were by home, who told me that Forte has got a new program in Bachelor's of Nursing, which is, it was free. So the rest is history. And then I ended up doing Masters, UKZN, PhD. I became a professor at University of the Western Cape. Now I am a provincial minister. So, thank you. So why I'm relating this story, it's about the issue of the hope, the issue of one day, one of you, probably you'll be my GP. One day, one of you will be standing here, being the South African president, and then I'll be sitting there in the corner where they say, oh, the old people must go. And then I'll be one of those people. But what I'm trying to highlight is that don't lose hope. Yes, you can keep on dreaming, but there are obstacles on your way up. On your way up, there are obstacles. The reason that you are relating to you about these stories is about you don't make the same mistakes that we as young ones did. Because for you as young ones, we want to invest in you so that we cannot keep on investing and repairing the broken adults. So it's a reason that we are saying that let's come and make sure that we prioritize youth health. What are these obstacles? Prof has indicated 8 priorities that they are focusing in as a higher health, because these are the stumbling blocks towards the success of the young people. This is the stats that we see Dr. Hawkrich and his team as medical manager for Swartland, what they see, especially among the young people. We know young people are the majority. Let's not even talk about the unemployment, the issues related to the challenges of inequality, but we are talking about you as individual. First things first, a wise student knows his or her own health status. First things first. Back to the basics. Prioritize your health. What does it mean? The issue of HIV/AIDS is still there among the young persons. That's why outside you'll see they brought vaccine taxis. They brought, also have got NGOs who brought also their gazebos where you can go outside and check your HIV status. It's your status. It's not people's status. When you go and check, you don't have to share with anyone. What matters is about, at least once you know your HIV status, you can be able to initiate treatment immediately, because that's the only way that can keep you alive throughout and prevent unnecessary opportunistic infection. You know that with the HIV, immunity drops, and mostly the first infection that lands into you is TB. Western Cape, we know that we are the TB epicenter. So you might not be coughing or you might whatever, but you are dying inside because of the resistant TB, which is correctional service. They can share it among, in terms of their stats, especially for those who are awaiting trials. By the way, if you have got a criminal record, they will check your system. You cannot be employable anywhere. Will know. So just in case, I'm just thinking of the correctional service. So you don't do crime, by the way, just in case. So that's why that with the TB, you have to go and check. Fortunately, they are also, they do what we call Gene Expert. They've got a machine where they can identify TB. And when you go to our facilities, you don't have to be coughing and sweating and all of those immediately. You can check for TB immediately. So you don't want to be statistics. Remember, you want to be my age. So going to my age, you have to undergo all of these. The gender-based violence, don't die alone. If we are kunyola, so you mustn't sit there and waiting until he burns you or she burns your face. You must know that if it's not the first, it won't be the last. If it's the last, it means that there was the first. Don't die silently. We've got even numbers where people can be able to call the lifelines, the gender-based violence, and all of those, because you'll be dying alone. Rape is rape, sex is not rape. When he puts on the rape date pill, or when he says, let's go to my room, and then you say yes, you go, and then when he says that, okay, let's lie down, and then you lie down, and he says that, let's go to bed, and then you go to bed, let's share the sheets, and then you share the sheets, but you can, in the middle of the night, and say, I don't want sex. A no is a no. You must never feel so bad that, oh, shame, he bought me a beer, and so forth, now I'm owing him. You owe nothing. You don't owe anybody about your body. It's your body. You can say no anytime. And you can even say yes. And also you can practice unsafe sex, but which is we don't encourage. That's why we have got the condoms. Remember now, not only have got condoms in different sizes and also different colors, we even have all other packages that you, yes, all flavors and all of those. But a no is a no. Rape is a form of violence using sex as a weapon. There is no such thing called sex when there is a no. It is a rape. So don't try and romanticize it. Just as I usually make an example, when someone uses a spade and beat you up, you don't say that you have got me. You don't. It is a crime. It means that there was a violence. So you mustn't say no. Substance abuse drugs, Dr. Hogridge can tell you that Swartland, which has got the highest population, and then followed by Saldanha, the issues of the alcohol and substance abuse and drugs is very common. You may need to be careful about it, because in most instances, it's not about that it was your initial choice that, hey, escape, Dacha, can I have a Mandrex now, can I have whatever, it wasn't your choice. Most of the times, it's about Bekumnandi, and then they'll say, Chomi, you can taste a little bit, and then you ended up being addicted. So we do have facilities through the also Department of Social Development when there's a need for you to be able to access that. So you need to be careful about drug substance abuse, noting that once you get addicted, you are addicted, you are hooked, you need some help in regard to that space. Alcohol is one of the contributors that makes you can't remember what happened the night before. That's what happens. So that's why if it so happened that you ended up not knowing what happens once you drink, get a friend who will always remind you that, you know, Chomi, once you start crying, we'll know that you are drunk, and then they'll say, stop drinking, so that you could be able to remember. It is crucial. I spoke about the LGBTQI, I have spoke about it. I spoke about everything else, and then lastly, the vaccines. Prof has spoken about the vaccines. Now we're integrating it. We're out of the waves. We don't know what's going to happen, the fifth wave. So we cannot only be talking about COVID only. We have to integrate all of those. That's why when you go outside in our gazebos and when you go to the clinics, you can go first stop and say, I want vaccines, no, I want HIV access, or I want antenatal care, I want to check for my pregnancy, I want to do vasectomy, I want to do the whole packages. It's all part of that. So thank you, SRC, for the women for the majority of what I see is mostly women. And we know the issue of the vulnerability. But we want you also to champion all of these. There is a contact person in regard to this space, in regard to the Swartland, which is this area. Malmesbury CDC is not far from here. If there are also other things that are beyond the campus principal, but is happening throughout the communities, there is a deputy mayor will be able to assist you in this regard. Take their numbers so that you could be able to make use of them, where you say that, I saw you on the first things first. So call them. So thank you for this opportunity. I hope that this is not the last that we hear from you. We also want to get feedback on what is happening generally. Remember, we leave no one behind. Also, don't leave anyone behind. We give you this information so that you can be able to use it and share it with the rest of you. And also looking forward when some of you are learnerships or internship in our government, again, you ask the municipality, what are the opportunities, especially for those who are completing in terms of the learnership or also even in terms of the internship and all of those. I think I've covered everything, did I? It's hot. Thank you very much.
Oh, let me repeat it again. There's someone who didn't hear me there. This minister has spoken. Give her a round of applause. Another one. Just like that. Thank you so much. Oh, there's SRC member there that is saying, do that, ma'am. What? For the minister. Oh, okay. They say, I will teach you. Give me your hand. Another one. Just like that. Iyo, iyo. Iyo, iyo. This is the minister's gifts from another person there. Let's do it again. Give me your hand. Another one. Just like that. Iyo, iyo. Iyo, iyo. Iyo. That was the minister that came to give us some information. Two things that I highlighted from her speech is that we all belong here. The space is ours. Whoever says what, we need to own the space. There is another group that we did not speak about. People that are having disability. They are our brothers and sisters. Then that means they need to also, they must not be shy. These services are also brought for them. As much as we are going to get the services, they are our brothers and sisters. Let us encourage each other to make sure that we use these services that are brought to us. And now I will be calling on the stage the short lady. I'm not sure whether this gathering is for short ladies. Another short lady, my deputy CEO, in Innovation and Development Department to give us the word of thanks. We are about to wrap. She is here already. Happy Valentine's, Mrs. Samza.
All right, thank you, colleagues. Thank you, everybody, for attending this event today. We at West Coast College are very proud to be a part of the community that we serve. And thus, our students are from these communities, and we need to continue to focus on what we do. Mr. Mbalawa, thank you very much for the welcoming and opening up of the event, and thank you for your kind words that you have rendered. To our SRC President, Chloe, I'm super proud of you. And I want to say thank you for being so brave and taking that first step of being a force to be reckoned with and knowing your value. I think it's a lesson to all of us. I want to thank you for your message of support and your encouragement that you will bring to all of our students. And more especially because you're a peer tutor or a peer educator as well. So you fly that higher health banner very high. And I think, as Dr. Ramnik said, you will become a great ambassador for this organization. To Professor Ramnik, thank you for your overview and the depth of knowledge that you have, and again, the confirmation that higher health will continue with the work that they are doing and that we are doing to support our students on the whole on this road to a healthier lifestyle. The college and higher health has indeed come a very long way, and we will continue to do so in many years to come. Allow me to take this opportunity to also thank your team on the ground. Tammy and Muriel, I think Muriel has run away, but Tammy and Muriel have been amazing. And they are really the force behind a lot of what we do. They run this without blinking. So thank you to the team. Tammy, you always a WhatsApp away. So I really want to thank you for that. To the MEC, from one short person to another, I want to really thank you for being such an inspiration for not only our youth, but for women on the whole. I think we need to inspire each other constantly. And I like the fact, I've heard your story before, and every time I hear it, it reminds me to always reflect on where we come from. Because very often we forget what our roots are. So thank you for always being that voice of reason, that voice of inspiration. Thank you for the words of wisdom that you have shared today. And I hope that the college has made you very proud as we are partnering with you on this health initiative. As you can see, there's been a lot of investment, and it's not that we are just doing it because we have to, but because it's what matters most. It's what's important to keep this cog going. Thank you for you and your department, the Department of Health, for really playing such a big role in touching the lives of our students. We can't do it without you. I think you mentioned that we need to look at the holistic development of our students. There are many social evils and issues that we have out there. But all of those things affect the academic performance of our students. So whether it is pregnancy, whether it is accommodation, you will see the number one reason currently why students are exiting the system is because they don't have accommodation. We understand that. We understand that there are issues at stake. But we cannot do it alone. So I'm using this platform to say the college is aware and understands the issues that the students face. But we need our partners. We need the departments of social development, of health, correctional services to come on board and join us on this journey. Because only together we can make a difference. I think you said it very eloquently when you say, leave no one behind. And we can only do that when we understand the game that we are playing. We need to understand who are the students we are servicing. And once again, our service providers gives us insight into that. To our MEC, Sisintosh, I heard. In course, Sisi. Thank you for the way, I was going to say structured way, that was part of my speech, but I'm going to say the unstructured way in which you've played your role today. Thank you for the way in which you ran this program. Really like a student support at the level of the student. So thank you for that. To our stakeholders, and I've spoken a bit about this when I said we cannot do it without our stakeholders. Thank you for those that are attending and offering these services. I need to make mention of the partners that have been mentioned, your district municipality, the local hospital, the local clinics. We have the TB and HIV care. We've got correctional services in the house. I'm not going to say to the municipality deputy mayor, I'm going to dub you now Tani Annette. Welcome to the family. And I'm really glad that you are part of the journey with us. To all of our stakeholders, I think APSA is here. We pay on a monthly basis. We pay a couple of 100,000 of rands out in student allowances and looking at making sure that students are living well. That comes with responsibility because it's not just about any type of health. Your financial health plays a role too. So I want to say thank you to all of our partners in whichever way you are really contributing towards our students. Thank you once again for offering your services, and we want to wish you well for the road ahead. And I want to say thank you for not what you're only doing now, but what you're going to be doing going forward. To everybody that has attended both here and as well as online, thank you for taking the time and sharing this event with us. I want to also say thank you to Nikkei at the back and our local hospitality students who were instrumental in providing the catering services for today. We are always, we really want to make sure that we use the services of our students because we want to buy into those services as well. I want to just remind you once again of the minister's or the MEC's message of be wise and know your health status. I want to wish you a healthy and happy year ahead, and I would love to see that mobile clinic that we're going to be launching very soon becoming an instrumental partner in the community that we serve. Remember, people, first things first. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Samza, for thanking everyone. We gave her, ma'am, a traditional wedding name or married name. She is called Nosake, and she loves that name. Nosake, she jumps. Without wasting any further time, let us give some announcements. Right now, we are wrapping. The minister, Dr. Ramnik, the principal, and some dignitaries will be going to open the mobile clinic officially, and the students can also accompany them to witness. Once done, there is also another pledge wall this side where you can sign and commit yourself to the health education that is given here. Again, the students must come back and be seated in the same hall, but the dignitaries will go back to central office. So I will allow the principal to thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much, doctor. Give them a round of applause.
There we go.
Everyone, the minister will read out the pledge. My request is that once she signs, anyone who does a blood pressure today or an HIV test or a COVID vaccination must also come and sign because you're pledging for your health, all right?
First things first, get tested, get treated. We pledge to take responsibility for life, to ensure we know our HIV, general health, wellness, and psychosocial status, to take care of ourselves, our loved ones, and community. First things first.